This 14-storied housing complex in North Delhi's Ashok Vihar stands out as it is surrounded by the Jailorwala Bagh slum cluster and vacant land parcels. The complex, which will house families living in the nearby slum cluster, has 1,675 flats, of which 1,078 have already been allotted. With construction work in the last stage, allottees are optimistic of finally shifting in their new two-room apartment.
इस फ्लैट का ड्रा हो चुका है, डिमांड लेटर मिल चुका है, लोगों का पेमेंट जमा हो गया है। अब रह गया पोजीशन लेटर मिलने का, तो लगभग फरवरी एंड तक पोजीशन लेटर मिलने का भी संभावना है।
कब से चल रहा है ये इस प्रोजेक्ट का काम?
लगभग 8 साल तो हो ही गया।
This 14-storied housing complex behind me is one of the 3 in-situ slum redevelopment projects taken up by the Delhi Development Authority in the past 2 decades to provide affordable housing to people living in slum clusters in the city. The project was to be completed by June 2021, but it has missed several deadlines. DD officials say that the project will now be completed by next month.
At Jailala Bag, we are constructing 1,675 EWS houses. It's basically to rehabilitate the people who are earlier staying in the JJ cluster in Jailorwala Bagh. The work of construction would be completed, we estimate, by mid of March, end of February, and we would be in a position to actually start allotting, giving possession to the people. The prior activity of identification of the beneficiaries, the eligible persons, and collecting documents from them, all that necessary has been done. In fact, we have already issued demand cum allotment letter to about 1,078 eligible residents of the JJ clusters who can be rehabilitated in Jailala Bagh. And more than 700 odd cases, people have already deposited the documents and also made the payments required from them, the nominal payment for taking possession of the houses. So sometime in the end of February or beginning of March, we hope to kind of
The other two slum redevelopment projects are located in Katputi colony and at Kolkaji extension. In November 2022, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the 13-storied housing complex with 3,024 flats at Kalkaji extension and handed over the keys to 1,862 eligible beneficiaries of the Bhumihin camp ahead of the municipal elections in Delhi.
Actually, Kalkaji was the first
Yeah.
project which we completed and shifted all the people in there. And I must say that it is the people are very satisfied about how DD has gone about rehabilitating them. We've taken care of all the basic needs in the Kalkaji rehabilitation colony that we have developed. Similarly, second is the Jailorwala Bagh, as I just mentioned, that we would be shortly in a position to also launch it and the people can take possession. So large number of people, about 1,078 can be rehabilitated there. Katputli is our oldest project, but it was on a private partnership, public and private partnership basis. And somehow, unfortunately, initially due to the delays in finding appropriate land to temporarily rehabilitate the people who were staying in the JJ cluster, there were a lot of issues, and that caused a delay in the starting of the project. The project took off, but then the developer apparently had some issues of its own, and they couldn't actually progress with the project at the speed as would have been desired. But now, fortunately, again, they have restarted the construction and they are moving forward. They have completed about 695 flats, which are located in a couple of towers. And by March 2024, they expect to complete a similar number of flats again. And by end of June 2024, they have assured us that they would be in a position to complete the entire project.
Jahan Jhuggi, Wahan Makan has been one of the main poll promises of the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi. But not many slum redevelopment projects have been taken up in the past decade. The Delhi Development Authority, which is the nodal agency for the redevelopment of slum clusters on central government land in Delhi, has prepared plans for 13 in situ slum redevelopment projects across the city to provide housing to 20,000 plus families. The Delhi government has planned one in situ redevelopment project at Princess Park in Karol Bagh. Unlike Delhi, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Karnataka are among the few states that have successfully implemented in situ redevelopment projects. According to the Housing and Urban Affairs Ministry's data, of the 4.5 lakh houses proposed, only close to 2.98 lakh houses have been sanctioned since June 2015 under the in situ slum redevelopment component of the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban. Of the three redevelopment projects taken up by DDA, Katputi Colony was one of the first projects to be taken up on public private partnership basis in Delhi. Close to 2,800 flats for families of four carters living in Katputi Colony slum are to be given flats in the new housing complex. These people are currently living in a transit camp at Anand Parbat, which is maintained by the developer.
हमें तो शुरू से यही किए थे कि 2 साल के बाद में आपको फ्लैट मिल जाएंगे, हम चले गए। अब वहाँ हो गई हमको 10 साल। अभी तक जैसे वाइस चेयरमैन साहब से भी मिली, हाउसिंग के डायरेक्टर से भी मिली और कमिश्नर से भी मैं बार बार जाती रहती हूँ, बैठती नहीं, सर हमें घर कब मिलेंगे, क्योंकि इतना तो पता हमें ही है कि घर तो डीडीए वाले देंगे। रेजा साहब का तो काम बनाने का है। देखो इतना पढ़े लिखे नहीं है, लेकिन इतना काम तो हम भी जानते, देंगे तो हमें डीडीए। तो वाइस चेयरमैन जब भी जाते तो यही कहते आपको जल्दी मिलने वाला। अभी भी मैं 4 दिन पहले जाके आई हूँ, कह रहे आपको पता सी जी बहुत जल्दी। अरे जल्दी जल्दी जल्दी, वो एंड कब से आएगा, जल्दी वाला कब तक मिलेगा हमारे को, हम दुखी हो रहे वहाँ पे।
At the construction site, work is going on at a fast pace. While 700 flats were completed last year, the remaining are expected to be completed by June this year.
I think somewhere around June we should be able to complete the project. See, this project was, although we said long time back, the land could be vacated only in 2021, and we got to have our building plans, latest building plans, sanctioned for the entire project. So after that, of course, there had been other issues also. Once the land is clear and other issues are sorted out, because the land, some high court stay orders, etc. were there. So they got removed with our effort and with DDA's effort. And after that, the work has been going on full swing. It's a large project, and it's going to now, it's almost nearing completion now.
While the first phase of slum redevelopment at Kolkaji extension is over, the DDA has put the second phase of redevelopment on hold as major changes are proposed in the implementation of the slum redevelopment policy. The changes were proposed after the DDA got a poor response from developer for its 10 other in-situ slum redevelopment projects. According to DDA officials, the private developers were asking for a viability gap funding to the tune of Rs 100 to 200 crore. Officials say it is not financially viable for DDA to pay the developers. The landowning agency is now planning to take up these projects after amendments are notified in the new master plan of Delhi. With camera person Danish Mand Khan, this is Risha Chitlagya for ThePrint.